Jake Paul is in serious trouble after the Mike Tyson fight, with many people wanting to challenge him, including Andrew Tate. The Hodge twins tweeted that Mike Tyson must win this fight tonight, but Andrew Tate replied, "I'm afraid not." After the fight, Tate posted, "People have challenged me my entire life, and I'm still here. I'm over it, swing or don't. I can handle either way. It truly doesn't matter to me anymore." This came after someone sent him a clip of Tyson or Jake calling him out. Tate added, "This guy works for me at the compound, great guy." He said he trained kickboxing 3 times a week for years and wanted to join our body shot sparring days. There's a massive gap between training and fighting. Prime fighters crush hobbyists with ease, especially those who don't train.
Good man.
Good to meet you, bro.
Oh no, pleasure's all mine. Trust me.
Bro, glad you made it back.
Oh no, I'm glad same.
You've had some crazy adventures, bro.
Well, to this point, right?
To this point, yeah.
Yeah, of course, the most dangerous one, of course, was London first.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The Paul brothers were said to have connections with the Tate brothers, but it was not true. They were invited to an MMA fight, but because of legal problems involving the TES, it couldn't happen. They talked about it on their podcast, but the idea doesn't make any sense and sounds silly.
That's delusion. That's delusion. I'm
This
sorry.
ain't beef.
Look, Andrew, fighter, legitimate, badass motherfucker,
Yeah.
strong mentality. I'm sorry, Tristan Tate is the weak link.
I say let's
He
run
got a bad shoulder.
Mm.
He's shaped like a gingerbread man. I don't want no beef, but that's
PFL
delusion.
PFO will set this up.
Uh-oh.
A MMA
10
double
million,
tag team match.
10 million for everybody.
You might have a fight, you might have a fight on your hands.
That would go crazy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. No, seriously.
I'm
Let's
about
do
the
it.
action. Like I'm less talk now. Let's just fucking go.
Yo, but you know for a fact, me and Jake will travel to Romania.
There you go.
We will make this happen. We'll do it wherever you want, whatever conditions you want.
2 brothers, 1 cage. Jake Logan, you Tristan. Who comes out alive?
You know what? I'm trying so hard to not start internet beefs. I'm really trying not to.
You could say Jake and Logan, man. Don't worry about it.
No, I can't lie. But I'm going through life. I'm trying to live peaceful now. I've got Fed agents in my house. Matrix is after me. I'm just trying to live peaceful. But of course, I have absolute faith in myself and my brother, and I know what we've been through, and I know the kind of men we are.
It seems pretty clear that Tate hasn't really shown much genuine interest or enthusiasm for the fight. He was present at ringside to watch Jake Paul on one occasion, but even then, when he was being called out, he appeared more focused on playing chess on his phone. He doesn't appear to find the match particularly exciting or appealing, and has mentioned multiple times that it doesn't generate nearly as much money as he's currently earning elsewhere, which likely explains his lack of motivation or interest in the bout.
When you see some of these crossover fights, obviously I know that you and Jake Paul have had your disagreements. Do you think that Jake's gotten better as a boxer?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And listen, what Jake Paul has accomplished is he's fighting old guys.
Yes.
He's fighting, all he fights are old guys and whatever. But listen, say what you want, he wins. And he makes money. So he's doing his thing, you know.
You just don't see it as a sustainable thing?
He fought Tommy Fury and lost. Where's that rematch? Where's that rematch?
I don't know where it's at. I know he's fighting a 57-year-old champ now. What's
58.
Your 58? Don't want to take a year away from you, Mike.
He's fighting a guy that's almost 60 years old, and you know what I mean. I mean that says it all. That says it all. There's nothing else that needs to be said. That's his shtick. That's his thing. He fights guys that are old, usually undersized guys, older, undersized guys. But he's fighting Tyson here, and him and Tyson are going to make a shitload of money,
a bunch of money,
and good for both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good for both of them. Like I say, Jake Paul can fight. It's not like Jake Paul can't fight.
Yeah.
Jake Paul just won't fight anybody.
If such an event were to take place, it would most likely be an MMA fight rather than anything else, and the professional fighters, League PFL, would almost certainly need to play a role. The UFC is highly unlikely to be involved, as Dana White and the organization have little respect for Jake Paul. In fact, Dana White has been vocal about his negative opinion of Jake Paul's career, doubting its legitimacy or potential for significant growth. He has made it clear that he wouldn't allow Jake Paul to compete under the UFC banner, or even grant him access to their venues. This strained relationship makes it evident that any collaboration between Jake Paul and the UFC is virtually out of the question.
Jake Paul, it's clear to me you are desperate for a reality check. You know what? If I made my money impressing 4-year-olds on YouTube and managed to somehow become a multimillionaire from it, I'd probably live in a dream world too. But let me explain something to you about combat sports. There are a whole bunch of men out here who will never be as famous as you, will never make the money you've made, who would kick the living fuck out of you. This is the hardest sport in the world, and people dedicate their lives to this, and most of them never get a payday. It never pays off for the majority of fighters, all of which would fuck you up. I'm one of the lucky ones. I made a little bit of money. I don't have 50 million to bet with you, but I do have 3 million to bet with you. So this is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes all. I'm 5 years out the ring. I'm a kickboxer. You're 2-0 in boxing. I'm 0-0 in boxing. I've never even fought boxing. I'm a retired old man. 5 years I've been sitting around smoking cigars and fucking bitches, which are better looking than the fucking girl you're advertising anyway. I will fight you any day of the fucking week. Don't worry about Conor McGregor fucking you up. Don't worry about Floyd Mayweather fucking you up. You only want to lose to them so you can say, well, I lost to Conor McGregor. Why don't you lose to an old man who's retired? I live in the real fucking world, Jake. There's a whole bunch of fighters out here who live in the real fucking world. Men who are dangerous and dedicated their lives to this sport and don't have a fucking fraction of the money you have because you managed to become a fucking clown. The biggest clown on the fucking internet. If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a fucking goofy, fucking entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Fucking Google it if you want to know more. Any day, anytime, let's fucking go.
Before he truly gained massive fame on the internet, he made a memorable and bold call out to Jake Paul. This moment has become iconic and is still brought up before every single fight. At the time, he confidently declared that he would give Jake Paul a much-needed reality check. Fans have never stopped talking about it, and it remains a hot topic. Any day, anytime, let's make it happen. If that fight were to take place, who would come out victorious? Share your thoughts in the comments.